Hello, grade 4 NC. How are you today? So, this is Teacher Ray D. Montesilio, your teacher advisor in grade 4 of Tagum Yushu School. So, this is our learning module, Science 4. Okay? So, quarter 1, week 1. So, in this video, kids, I will help you to answer your learning module in science subject. Okay, so before we are going to proceed to the next page of our module, so let us first write your name in here. Please write your name. Okay, let me first erase this one. Okay, okay, that's it. So write your name in here, and then write the address or the location of your house, and then just simply write it 4 in here, the grade level. And then the name of your school or our school, Tagum Yushu School. The next to it is the name of your teacher, Ray D. Montesilio. Okay, so this is Learning Module Science for quarter 1, week 1. Okay, right after writing the name, address, grade level, school, and your teacher, let's proceed to the next page of our module, the page 2. Okay, so in the page 2, we have here our objectives because each one of you is expected to recognize and practice proper handling of products. And then identify also absorbent and waterproof materials. Which one is the absorbent materials or which one are the waterproof or non-absorbent materials. Okay, so the reference that I am using in this lesson is the Science Journey 4. Can be found in page 2. Okay, so for this video, we will be learning about the materials that absorb water. What do you think are those materials that really absorb water? So, okay, so we have here science words. We have absorption, absorbent, non-absorbent, waterproof, absorbency, adhesion, and cohesion. Now, when we say absorption, kids, this is a process in which something takes in another substance, absorption. For example, cloth or cotton. So they will absorb water. Just like that. And then next, absorbent. When we say absorbent, they are the materials have loosely packed particles. Okay, loosely packed. So example, this is the particle, and the other particle is just like that. They have distance. They have a distance. Okay, so when we say absorbent, materials have loosely packed particles providing more space to absorb and carry water. And then when we say non-absorbent, they are the materials that are incapable of or resistant to absorbing water or water resistant. They are the materials that resist water. When we say also waterproof, the same thing. They are the materials have tightly packed. Okay, they are tightly packed together. The particles are packed together, preventing water from being absorbed. They cannot absorb. They cannot absorb water. Next is absorbency, is the ability of materials to soak up liquid. Just like for example, bed, shoes, t-shirts, they have the ability to soak up liquid or just like water. Mm. Next, adhesion. When we say adhesion is the attraction between unlike molecules. Their attraction, like for example, this is the water, and this is, for example, mm, a glass. So they have attraction to each other. Okay. Mm-mm. Next, cohesion is the attraction of like molecules. Okay, they are like molecules. They are attracted to each other. Okay. Now let's try to observe the materials below. Okay. We have here the following materials. We have scissor, we have sponge, paper clip, and so on and so forth. Let's try to do this. Okay. So, list some materials that are absorbent, meaning they are materials absorbent. They can absorb water. Just like what I have said a while ago, like cotton, t-shirt, they can absorb water. So, let's try to find it here. Okay. So, you have to find a list of materials, at least 3, and then write it here. Number 2 and number 3. They are absorbent materials. And also try to find out the non-absorbent materials. At least 3 also. 3 as well. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So after that, let's proceed to the next page. Okay, let's proceed to the next page. Okay, so in this activity is we will read the instruction. Activity A. Write on the blanks uh, AM for absorbent materials or NAM for non-absorbent materials. Okay, just like that. Okay. AM stands for absorbent materials and NAM stands for non-absorbent materials. Just like, for example, number 1, socks. You will answer in here, is it AM, absorbent materials, or NAM, non-absorbent materials? When we say socks, do you think socks can absorb water? If it is yes, then you will write AM, absorbent material. Okay, just like that. And then you will be the one to answer. You will be the one to continue. You will answer 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, let's proceed to the next activity. Activity B, read the instruction. Write A for absorbent materials and W for waterproof materials. When we say A stands for absorbent materials. The same thing on the activity A. For example, you are given here sponge. Do you think sponge can absorb water? If it is yes, then write it here A. If it is not, then write it here W. And then next, you will be the one to continue. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, let's proceed to activity C. We will draw several absorbent and non-absorbent materials that can be found at home. In your home, in your house. Can you find something materials that are absorbent or materials that can absorb water? Or can you also find materials that are waterproof or cannot absorb water? So you're going to draw it here. Draw inside the house. Okay? Again, you will draw several absorbent and non-absorbent materials inside this house. Okay. Next, let's proceed to the next activity. We have here activity D. You will just answer the following. Write the answers on the blanks. Okay? Example, question number 1. How is sponge able to absorb water? How uh, how how does the sponge absorb water? How? So if you have answer already, then you have to write it here on the space provided. And then to be followed by number 2 questions. Number 2 question. Number 3. Okay, until 3 only. Explanation is until 3 only. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? The question number 2 is, after bathing, why do you have to dry yourself with a towel? Why do you think that we need to use towel since that we are wet? Okay? So you have to explain it here on the space provided. Next, number 3, differentiate absorbent materials from non-absorbent materials. What's the difference between the uh, absorbent and non-absorbent? What's the difference or kalahian? Lahi ng absorbent materials, lahi po tong non-absorbent materials. What's the difference? Okay? Next, let's proceed to activity E. Encircle the absorbent materials. So uh, when you see some of these uh, things in here, if it is absorbent materials, then you are going to encircle. If it is not, you're going to box the non-absorbent materials. Okay, it's like that. How about a rubber band? Is it absorbent or non-absorbent? How about tin can, socks, plastic bag, paper, floor mop? Okay, so just like that, you're going to encircle or box. Alright. Okay, so that's all for our science subject, our lesson in science. So thank you for listening. And then all you have to do is to answer our activities. Just read the instructions carefully. So that's all for this video. Thank you for listening.